This episode is brought to you by Olive and June.
And I'm a brand new fan of Olive and June because we're going to be talking about their gel polishes, which we're really excited to get. But prior to even this, like 2 weekends ago, Mats and I were out and he treated me to 2 Olive and June polishes that I painted my toes, and they look so good.
I love painting my nails at home. As you know, Olive and June delivers up to 21 days of flawless wear with a high gloss shine that won't chip, lift, or dull. There's no damaging removal thanks to their new peel off base coat and salon speed soak off system. Say goodbye to the drama of gel removal.
Olive and June's new gel mani system includes everything you need for a salon quality manicure in one box, and you can customize it with your choice of 6 gel polishes, which breaks down to less than $2 a manicure. There's a custom 5-finger LED lamp and the iconic poppy for easy painting with your non-dominant hand.
They also have a high-performance cleaner solution, HEMA-free, 15-free, and always cruelty-free and vegan.
I used to be a huge salon manicure kind of girl. Like, I was getting my gel every couple weeks, and I have to say, like, when I stopped doing that, I realized how much more of my life I had back.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I used to think that going to get a manicure and pedicure was relaxing, but I don't know what happened in the last few years, but
it was a sudden shift.
It does not feel relaxing anymore. It just kind of feels like I'm being pushed around and I have to leave. And that is why I switched to doing my nails at home.
I have to say, I think I'm probably the most excited for the peel off base coat, because that has been like the thing that has stopped me prior to this from getting into doing an at-home gel manicure.
Yeah, my nails actually got pretty damaged too because of all the scraping. And I asked him to stop doing that at the nail salon, and they're pretty resistant to that. So I like that I can be at home and, control that myself. I'm also really looking forward to all the shades that they have. They have 60 plus best-selling colors.
I'm so excited. CV red is like that, like perfect orangey red, which is like my favorite shade to wear.
Visit oliveandjune.com/blame me for 20% off your first Olive and June gel mani system.
That's oliveandjune.com/BLAMEME for 20% off your first Olive and June gel mani system.
This episode is brought to you by Nature's Bounty. Nature's Bounty believes your body is brilliant, naturally designed to thrive, inside and out. For those always looking for new ways to support your health from head to heels, Nature's Bounty has a range of over 400 vitamins and supplements born from 50 years of trust and care. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature. Visit naturesbounty.com to learn more.
With new, gentler scented Clorox disinfecting wipes, clean finally smells as good as it feels. On everything from lamps to ceiling fans. Even on your kid's toy shark. Oh, ouch. Clorox disinfecting wipes. Now available in crisp lemon. Find it on Amazon. Clorox. Clean feels good.
Gathered here today for the final episode. I'll see you next Tuesday.
How you feeling?
Be or the audience?
Everyone.
Well, I have some canker sores. So
I mean, in regards to this being the last episode,
you gotta get specific. I'm excited for the journey that we are going on, and I've loved the journey we've been on.
Yeah, I mean, this started as, but am I wrong? It was inside that episode, but the episodes were too long, so we split them out. But it's been great. It's been a good time.
It has been. So we hope you all are celebrating this final time with us, while knowing that you're not losing out on us. We're still here. We're still doing podcasts.
Make sure you're subscribed to our But Am I Watching feed. It's different than this current feed, but all Don't Blame Me's will be here. We're also moving all the old But Am I Wrongs over to this particular feed too.
It's a great time. Join us there. Join us there. So for one final time, this is, see you next Tuesday. But am I wrong for episode 163? I do want to give a little update for your squirrel. I told Melissa, but I want to tell the audience. From last week, the week before, the squirrel, the one that's jumping and attacking people, I reached out to some inside sources because it is quite literally in Marin. And Marin is where I grew up, and it's a very small place. So I reached out, and word on the street from what I've heard is that this is a case of someone found a baby squirrel. The squirrel was domesticated because they found this squirrel. I don't know if it was a child. That is kind of what it's sounding like, that it was like, oh, I'm going to help this little squirrel. And then the squirrel grew up, and then it was like, we're going to release this squirrel back into the wild, which you can't do after you've had human intervention. And now the squirrel is reliant on humans for food. So it's not attacking the humans to eat the humans. It's attacking the humans to be like, I need a Snickers bar. Like, I need you to get me some food.
That's what I pretty much said in my thing, my breakdown. So the wrong is the person that domesticated it and then let it out into the wild. That is a pet squirrel.
Yep. Time to keep it in the house. And if it was a child, the parents are wrong, depending on the age of the child.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Who's Wrong for episode 163. First up, Meghan rants about Jimmy Fallon's new show. 95% said I'm not wrong. 5% said I am wrong. Didn't know we had that many Jimmy Fallon stands in the building. Jimmy Fallon stands rise up, caw, like a falcon or a, I don't know.
Eagle?
Yeah, well, a Fallon sounds like Talon.
Yeah. I see. See.
Yeah. So happy for him that he has all of you in his corner, because, he's just like constantly struggling. He has no money. He's never on TV. Someone said, Meghan is not wrong that this show is garbage, but I disagree with the reason why. P.S. This is coming from someone who has also not watched the show. I do not believe in any of these things the people are showing are actual advertising branding professionals, and it shows. Any of the people in the show, the brands won't steal their ideas because the ideas are bad. I think the contestants have like 10 minutes to ideate on a campaign, which means that the ideas they're coming up with are their first thought, not something that has been iterated or tailored to a brand audience. And I believe that the ideas are the only thing that contestants are coming up with. The actual execution is done by a completely separate team and usually very fast, giving poor impression about how much work, time, and money and effort goes into these sort of campaigns. The show gives a shitty impression, not because they're taking working professionals, exploiting them, but because they're taking everyday people and the audience think that a massive brand campaign is something that can be done in 24 hours. It cheapens and laughs in the face of actual brand designers and managers. This is the type of thing that makes major CEOs yell at their social media team because they need to go viral. I fully agree with that aspect. I will say, though, sounds crazy. I don't think they're actually coming up with the ideas. I think that most likely, because like if a brand actually because like the whole thing is that they're still like they're launching this stuff. Like you can't go through the legal channels to do this. Like I think like that quickly, and like unless they're editing it like Drag Race, where like they film a ending which each winner ends once they've like vetted and gone through everything. To me, I have to assume that it's like they're getting, they like talk about ideas and then they have like a producer who like kind of like help, like they have the idea and then they're like, okay, cool, so if this is their idea, I'll guide them to the 3 ideas that this brand has already approved, and like this one's already kind of close to this, I'll like offer suggestions to get to there. But like so far as I know, like a Super Bowl commercial, there's no way the approval aspect of it. So I think for me is I feel like they don't even come up with their own ideas, because and again, unless they like film the outcomes for each of them.
From my insider information, they do come up with their ideas.
Okay. I'm so deeply confused on the show. But yeah, I need to know how much money they're getting. Someone else said this is just icky and malicious. The On Brand podcast with John and Marissa deserves to win a lawsuit against NBC. Their podcast is amazing, informative, and funny. If you're looking to know about brands and their history, check it out. They probably won't win a lawsuit unless they have the rights for it to use in television as well.
It's not a unique concept.
No, but like unless they had trademarked, like, we had in the works that exact name. But in general, I always like cite there's a reason why you can have Dove chocolate and Dove body wash. Mm-hmm. Like even if it feels like it's both in media, you have to get like really specific.
Yep.
And you have to have a lot of money if you want to sue them. And most likely they would just change the name. I'm not going to vote right now because I haven't listened to the episode yet, but ranting about Jimmy Fallon is never wrong. I will say when I first read this, I thought there's like Jimmy Fallon is never wrong. And I was like, wow, the Falloners are just like so ride or die for this man. I had no idea, but okay, no, yeah. Safe space. We're ranting about him. And I think that was it.
You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Every who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton. But where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and low prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as Who's often do. Cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
All right. And then Melissa reminds Jim Acosta of his journalistic integrity. 0% said I was wrong. 100% said I was not wrong.
He's got such a news face.
Yeah, he does.
Do you think that like when parents like give birth to like a kid or they like look at their kid and it's like, oh, my sweet bundle of joy, you look like you've got a face for KTLA. Like at what point do you think you grow into having a news face?
I think it's once you realize that's what you want to do, then you start have the different, because you're going to cut your hair a certain type of way. You're going to carry yourself a certain type of way.
Aftershave.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. It like you lead from within. Like, you know, what enneagrams, you've got one just because you're like, well, now I've got the newscaster future. I'm leading.
Yes.
I'm leading with a transatlantic accent.
But I also love when they switch it up where you can hear the accent and then they do this is how I actually talk voice. It's such a skill.
Well, because like if you think about it, like there are radio hosts and like local news, like as a kid, you know those voices. And then I think if like I worked at like a dentist office and like someone called in who like was on the fucking news, if they didn't use their news voice, I would have no idea it's him.
Yeah.
And then they walk in and you're like, wait, what? It's just
like that couple.
Crazy. I love
that's on TikTok.
Yep. And their beautiful apartment.
They're beautiful, just people, period.
Beautiful, gorgeous people, successful people, beautiful apartment. And they're very funny too.
All right. To quote Ian Malcolm of Jurassic Park, your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. Great mathematician.
So deep.
Yeah. This person said, just because you can doesn't mean you should. It turns the parents' enduring grief into a circus show. This is awful. Yeah. Another person said, the fucking audacity of this man, like what in his right mind would agree to do that? And not only that, it will literally do harm to the family who's been grieving Joaquin, and for him to disrespect the dead like that, fucking disgusting. Like I wish what I just heard wasn't real. What the fuck? Yeah. It really seems like something fake. And it's not being reported on.
No, I haven't. And even oftentimes, like when you bring something up for this that I haven't seen before, I'll like start to see it. This is when I still haven't seen it all.
Yeah. So that's it. I wonder if I saw it because Akilah Hughes did a story on it for a media company that she works for. And I saw, but it wasn't even like she's in the video for the media company, but she's not tagged in it. But that's how I saw it.
Yeah, I feel like also the news right now, there's just like they're having to pick and choose what.
Yeah,
because there's
they do have some free time considering a lot of them are boycotting the White House right now.
Well, and they got kicked out of the Pentagon. Like,
yeah, well, a lot of them are like, I'm not going to sign this thing that says I have to do. So that's them. They weren't kicked out per se. They're like, I'm not going.
They wrote new contracts to basically be like, unless you like tell me
Agree.
I'm so fun and cool and pretty and like you love me so much and you bring me like snacks and candy, you like can't actually be in the Pentagon. They're like not gonna kiss your ass. And it's like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
So yeah, they actually should have a little more time on their hands. Then we have writer number 1, whose boyfriend doesn't want me to get a nose job. The writer is wrong. 5% said the writer's wrong. 95% said the boyfriend is wrong. I need to understand the 5%. I'm assuming the 5% is like break up with your boyfriend. Someone said, I will never be able to use the word maintenance without laughing and thinking about this. Unfortunately, that is how my life has been since we recorded the episode. Like every time I see the word maintenance, I'm like, hee hee, like a little giggle. And every time I see the word compromise, I'm like, the bisexual compromise.
Yeah.
Like I cannot stop. Someone said, the thing he is maintaining is a bill. Botox is expensive. And if you are planning on combining finances, it is a major red flag that he was spending multiple hundreds of dollars multiple times a year in secret. It's a good point.
Maybe they've got their own little fun money or their health and fitness money. And he's got his own little pot.
He was probably putting it under healthcare. He was like,
Yeah,
I've got
that's
my
what I said, health
copay
and
to get my
fitness.
vaccines.
Mhm.
And also, what did he say that he was doing? And did he have like little dots of blood on his face? And like, can he move his face?
That's why I was like, how good is this? Are y'all going days without seeing each other?
How many units is he getting? I have questions. Call the sister up. This one had me cackling. Please find out what maintenance procedures this man has gotten. We gotta know. Also, same as with babies. Your body, your choice. You want a nose job and you saved up all the money for it? Nobody gets to tell you no, except your best friend who might think the particular nose shape might not work for you, but then they just suggest a different nose shape.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Someone else just said sister is a real one. Yeah. My boyfriend and I have talked at length about our thoughts on cosmetic procedures and surgeries. He and I at first didn't really see eye to eye on this topic. I in favor of doing whatever to your body that you want, and him not being about it. After I explained my side of things and how some can be looked at for more than just quote unquote cosmetic, like breast cancer survivors, someone needing reconstructive surgery after an accident, or Botox for migraines. He saw my perspective after that. He's also seen me deal with chronic pain for our whole relationship and can see where some cosmetic and beauty treatments are 100% necessary for me to live a life closer to where I was before the pain. And also, a lot men are like, I love a girl with no makeup on, and they like point to a picture of like Bella Hadid on a runway, and I'm like, yeah, so that's not actually what she looks like. They're just not even perceptive. Like when I don't want your opinion. You can't even tell when I like change my nail color. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, no. Just thought of more to say on this topic. If someone wants to change something about their body and it'll make them feel better about the skin you're in, all the better. It's no different than tattoos, IMO. I have many tattoos and I've gotten them in places where I am self-conscious about myself, and they've made me love my body more than anything I've ever done, including talk therapy and actively working through eating disorder tendencies. My partner and I again talked about this in a way too, and he agrees that tattoos are basically doing the same thing by altering how you look for yourself. He's also heavily tattooed and started covering his arms because he originally didn't like them. That's a really good point. I've never actually thought about making that connection. Someone else said, if you do marry this man, you need to conspire with his sister to gaslight him that you didn't get a nose job after you do get a nose job. Yeah, sister
She
can take
comes
care of
home
you.
with the bandages
Yeah, the bandages.
on her
She
nose.
goes, I
Yeah.
literally don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Say that like this because you get birthday nose. I have no idea what you're talking about. I haven't laughed as hard in a while. Kick him to the curb. Also, our bodies change as we age. It's expected that people will change after they start dating them, and no one is yelling at men when they get hair transplants. Great point. And someone else said, you're wrong just for saying the words BBL Drizzy. The song has been stuck in my head since I listened to the pod, and I'll be at the office just doing a cutesy little job and finding myself humming along. If someone catches me off guard, I may mutter out loud, BBL Drizzy, before actually responding. My shopping list, BBL Drizzy. My workout plan, BBL Drizzy. My dreams, BBL fucking Drizzy. I cannot get it out. It is all BBL Drizzy in the dark. And as soon as I read that earlier today, I was just like, I've been humming in my head BBL Drizzy.
The best thing about BBL Drizzy is that when it came out, I thought it was AI.
Everyone
But then
did.
when I found out that it was an actual skilled man that put his talent into the fight, which, you know, I'm big Kendrick fan, long time hater of Drake before it was cool to hate Drake.
Yep.
So it felt like a gift. Also, the World Series is going to be Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Toronto Blue Jays. So, you know.
That was the first thing I said to Mom.
Reignites it.
Oh, we're going to be seeing Drake looking pissed on camera.
Mm-hmm. And Kendrick, even at the games, there's like videos that pops up with him in it. So, and they did when that was all we heard on the radio. They play Not Like Us all the time during the game, numerous times.
Without a doubt, they will play it multiple times again.
Yes.
It will be like, and perfect, thank you, fitting. Yeah, when I found out that I could enjoy the song and it wasn't AI, I was like, perfect. Because unfortunately, I've been non-ethically humming it in my head for days.
I mean, you can't help it when that happens.
It's an earworm.
Mm-hmm. It's a great song.
And that's why there's a human behind it. Actual skill, talent.
Mm-hmm. Not Timberland. Have you heard about this?
Did you remember what her name is?
No.
It's something that like I didn't know until I opened the comments and I was like, oh my God. Like it's Taka Takumi, which is supposed to be just talk to me.
It's weird. He's weird. I've thought he was weird since I was a child. And I watched this I think it was on VH1 when they were talking about Aaliyah. And he said that he was attracted to her. No. Mind you, this was when she was a child.
Yeah.
And he was interested in his wife because his wife looks like Aaliyah. And since then, I was like, that man's a fucking weirdo. I was a literal child when I saw this interview.
That's disgusting. Anyone, like, Aaliyah was only alive in her adult years, short fucking period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So 90% of the time when people are making comments, I'm like,
yeah, unless you were also a child at the time, I don't want to hear it.
Nope.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock has tips to protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report phishing, and update the software on your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, let LifeLock alert you to suspicious uses of your personal information. LifeLock also fixes identity theft, guaranteed or your money back. Stay smart, safe, and protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
Abercrombie Kids knows how to make outfitting easy. Mix and match sets are their ultimate outfit hack for fall. Their sweatshirts and sweatpants are super cozy, and they always have the cutest colors and patterns. Shop fall's easiest outfit at Abercrombie Kids in the app, online, and in stores.
All right, then we've got writer number 2. Are they wrong for wanting to explore being bi while staying in their relationship? 74% said the writer is wrong. 26% said the writer is not wrong. Lots of people supporting cheating here.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like a lot of people are trying to vicariously live through this person. And I think all of you need to break up with your partners and explore the things you want to explore.
Someone said, writer also wrong for being with someone who fetishizes bisexuals, like leave them alone. I don't think the writer's wrong for that. I think in that instance, the partner is wrong for that.
Because the writer also wasn't like, love it.
Yeah.
Big fan of you doing that.
Someone else said, either way, you need to break up with the boyfriend. Have fun exploring polyamory, though. Someone said, not wrong for wanting to explore, but I would absolutely reevaluate the pros and cons of your relationship. And then someone else said, I think they really need to talk it out. Talk what out?
Work it out on the remix. Then we have my nomination for Wrong of the Week, Samsung. 98% said Samsung was wrong. 2% said they are not wrong. It reminds me of the ship ads in WALL-E. Only semi-related. My Samsung dryer stopped heating this week, and it's only 4 years old. They should really stick to TVs. Yeah, I do wonder, like, why we're so desperately trying to expand into, like, everything tech-wise. You could just make, like, a really good one thing. I think everyone wants to be Dyson, too. But
yeah, but Samsung has been...
But I think about, like, Dyson is, like, our thing is wind.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, our thing is air. Like, we're filtering the air. We are using air to heat and cool style your hair, and we are using air to suck things up through a vacuum.
It has been around since 1938. It's the world's 5th highest brand value of all brands.
Ever?
Yes.
Holy shit.
There's a lot of companies underneath Samsung too. So I think that Samsung as the umbrella also has smaller companies under it that have the name Samsung, but it doesn't have the original Samsung quality.
That makes sense. Oh, someone else said, as your resident Korean, I'm here to warn you, all of Samsung and LG fridges, they suck. Don't get Samsung fridges with a drawer. I believe the court case against the product defect is still ongoing. So not only will the fridge have defects, but you have to wait for ads. What nonsense is this? We have a Whirlpool fridge and got an old school white fridge from Costco. The only Samsung fridge we have is our kimchi fridge. But the drawer doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm looking, and there's a ton of companies that are quote unquote affiliates, but they still say Samsung.
Yeah, because they want to use the brand name as like loyalty and like to make you think that it's like a trusted, well-vetted, big thing that's good, and it's not.
Yep. And then under just like Samsung Electronics, they have air conditioners, computers, TVs, active matrix, organic light emitting diodes. I don't know what that is. Phones, display monitors, computer printers, refrigerators, semiconductors, and telecommunication networking equipment. It's the world's largest mobile phone maker by unit. And then that's just one of like 20 things listed on here. And then they also have joint ventures.
Wow. Damn, this shit's big.
Yeah.
I just think like if you focus on one thing, like the frame is like a really cool concept. Like you really crushed it with that. Like what if you made a printer that worked? You could, like, you don't have to start so many new things and like every couple ones, like something hits really big and it like is killer. But yeah, people have been hating this fridge specifically for like years. Like the ones that have like the screens, like people hate them.
Also, why do you need a refrigerator with a screen?
Might I introduce people to magnets? Like bring back magnets. Like put a calendar on your use a magnet. Take something like a physical copy of something on the refrigerator. But those like people like love that kind of stuff. But I just think that like if I need you, that your primary thing is I need you to like keep food cold within like regulated temperatures. I need you to work. I don't need you to like also be like making sure that like there's a screen that'll like I don't need you to think about that.
If we're gonna innovate refrigerators, let's actually go back to old refrigerators. Have you seen those refrigerators like from the 50s where they had
their tanks?
A little, not just being a tank, but they had like an area where like the butter stayed the perfect temperature for spreading. They had an area where like the drinks would be one temperature, and it had like dispensers where it would like put bottles in it. They had lazy Susans in it. How about we go back to old refrigerators? Like it was standard for the trays to pull out so you can get things.
That's so nice.
Let's go back to how they used to be before they just turned into a white refrigerator box. Let's, incorporate those old things instead of putting a screen on the front.
iPad. Like I don't need an iPad on my fridge.
We all have phones.
Yes.
And I think that the thought of it was initially was that it would be able to, because I remember it being on Oprah and they were like, it would be able to tell you when you're like low on something or like it's about, or you like, they said to leave it open for too long, but that's just, most refrigerators have chimes now. But like, let's say you're low on milk, it would tell you it was low on milk because they were like weighted things. But I think they went away from all that stuff anyway.
Because I think that's
it didn't make
hard.
sense.
No. And like now it's like, okay, well, make your grocery list. Again, might introduce you to a piece of paper with a sticky on the back and a magnet. Like stick it on the fridge. Write your grocery list.
Yeah. I would think of that episode of Modern Family when Cam and Mitch got it and it kept like talking to them and stuff.
It's like you know me, I love Transformers, and we should always look at everything with technology as like, what would they be like as a Transformer? And like, I would say, and I mean this kindly, lovable. I do think that a techie fridge like that would turn into like a character voiced by Larry the Cable Guy, who's like not very helpful and is kind of just like, you know, like is sweet, is there for the vibes, but like really is not propelling us forward and saving the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, I'm sorry, I got a lot of other things to think about because I have a list of something that is now malfunctioning, and now there's ads. I did see a car driving yesterday, that I was like, that looks like the car that like in a new Transformers movie would be voiced by Pete Davidson. And Mott's was like, that was like
what
so
kind of
spot
car
on.
was it? You don't remember the important details.
It was blue.
That tells me nothing.
It was a convertible, or it just had like it was really low. So it was kind of like, imagine your car, but like bigger. It wasn't as rounded as your car. So it was like, maybe it was like a Lamborghini or a Mazda. I don't know.
If it's the Mazda, it's going to be the same size as mine because they have the same base interior. So it's not that.
No.
Okay.
Blue, let me look it up. Blue Lamborghini.
Yeah, they do the interiors of my car at the same one where they do the Mazda one.
That makes sense. Okay, it was not a Lamborghini, or at least it's not the one I'm looking at, because it was like more boxy.
This is Jaguar. Look at their convertibles.
No, that's too rounded. It was like it was like a boxy, but it looked like a
Porsche?
Hot Wheel. I don't know.
You say it looks like a Hot Wheel. That doesn't really help because Hot Wheels are just modeled after actual cars, and it's modeled after numerous cars.
But like the kind of where it's like, ooh, that's a cool one. Like it doesn't look like people actually drive it. Like it looks like they would drive it on a racetrack.
Okay.
It doesn't look practical at all. Oh, it kind of looks like, no, it doesn't. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
it looked deeply impractical, but it also looked like it'd be voiced by Pete Davidson.
Okay.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm always looking for ways to show my cat how much I love her. And with Fancy Feast Gems, I can pamper her whenever I want with a savory gravy on top of a gourmet mousse pâté. The pyramid shape makes serving simple, so all I have to do is peel and plate to make mealtime feel extra fancy. And with 2 entrees in every pack, it's easy to turn every day into the extraordinary. Fancy Feast Gems.
No one should have to choose between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Purina is helping to create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters through the Purple Leash Project, so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
Someone else said, ads are always wrong. I want dumber products so bad. I'm scared of the day that I need to get a new car and the only options are cars with smart features and no buttons.
The thing is, too, is they're like the one she got like 4 years ago. So I don't think it was when you had yours. No. So it had the swipe feature.
Oh God.
Which she couldn't figure out how, like, she kept trying to show me in her car how it was working. And I was like,
girl, you don't even know
Kendall,
how it works yourself.
Please stop because you might crash. But also they were saying that they're taking it out the cars because it's actually harder. Bring back buttons.
Oh my God.
Please bring back. Do you know how easy it was just to reach over and be able to actually feel the tactile? You don't have to. I feel like that's safer because you don't have to look. You just touched it and you knew exactly where stuff was.
Yep. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I have to get a new car, which, by the way,
you just got that car.
Thank you.
What
That's
happened?
what I said. Apparently I didn't. The lease.
Oh.
And I was like, no, that's actually cannot be right. I quite literally just got this car.
Well, I mean, like, as far as like cars go, but if it's the leases up, that makes sense then.
So I have to figure out what
can you just buy it?
I don't know. I have to figure out like what is smarter financially, because I don't drive that much,
Mm-hmm.
but I still need a car.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to figure out I don't know, I'm talking to Monta's mom and be like, tell me what to do. And that's my plan. That's what I did last time. And I don't know. Someone else said, being broke has saved me, because why on earth would I want a fridge with ads? I'd rather put coupons with magnets on the fridge. Exactly.
Yeah. But when people first bought it, they didn't have ads.
That's the worst part. Is like, now that this thing that you have in general, I think stuff that like when you buy an item that has like, that's like smart reliant or a huge component of it, and you need software updates for this physical item. And if you stop updating it or whatever, like it affects the usage of it. Like, I think that's so fucking scary. The same thing with like Teslas. Like when they're like, oh, I got the update. I'm like, I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. Like my car, like, cause like sometimes my phone updates and like it sucks. I don't want my car to update and like it sucks
until they fix the bugs.
Yeah, like my phone's sucking. It's like, oh, it's glitching. My car's glitching. I'm fucking dead. Like that's so like the stakes are so much fucking higher. It's just so weird. And even like the Oura Ring or whatever. Like I'm just like, okay, if this doesn't work, like if the software, if I don't want to like continue to update or upgrade or whatever, this thing is fundamentally useless. And that's it.
And my wrong of the week, Caton Spite. 99% said that he was wrong. 1% said he's not wrong. Someone said, fuck the 1%. Of course he's from fucking Florida, stupid, dumbass kid. Tell us how you really feel. All right, guys. It's been real. Thank you for joining us. We really enjoy being here with you, but, you know, all good things come to an end. Join us for Thursday for the new and improved version of Don't Blame Me. On Monday, we'll be doing Mad Money for But Am I Watching? All right. We won't see you next Tuesday.
Nope. Goodbye forever. This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Welcome and enter if you dare. Hi, I'm Hallie Keeper.
And I'm Allison Leiby. And together, we're the hosts of Ruined, a scary movie podcast where Hallie tells me the grisly details of a haunting new horror film each week.
Whether you're a terror hound like me or a scaredy cat like Allison, we've got so many thrills, chills, and obviously kills to share with you in every episode.
It's the podcast that'll have you saying, that was so funny. I should not have listened to it at night with all the lights off.
From the greats like The Exorcist and Poltergeist to modern classics such as Hereditary and Get Out to the freakiest new releases like A Quiet Place and Terrifier, we ruin them all and we'll leave you howling, mostly from laughter, sometimes because you're turning into a werewolf.
Ooh. Listen along as I try and guess the movie's twist, predict who will survive, and answer the hardest question of all. What would you do?
So please listen to new episodes of Ruined every Tuesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And whatever you do, we're begging you, please
keep it spooky.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Tom.
Okay, so you want to tell him, or you want me to tell him?
No. I got this. I want people out there.
Yeah.
People, lean in. Get close. Listen, here's the deal.
We got big news.
We got monumental news. We got snacktacular news.
Yeah, after a brief hiatus, my good friend Michael Ian Black and I are coming back.
My good friend Tom Cavanaugh and I are coming back to do what we do best.
What we were put on this earth to do.
To pick a snack.
To eat a snack.
And to rate a snack.
Scientifically.
Emotionally.
Spiritually.
Mates is back.
Mike and Tom Eat Snacks is back.
A podcast for anyone with a mouth.
With a mouth. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is dedicated to my younger self because she really needed it. She couldn't keep a man or a job. Welcome to Broco Therapy. I'm your host, Stephanie Macon.
I'm your co-host, Rose McAleese.
Every week we dive into dating, sex, and relationships.
Who doesn't want like best friend kind of deep conversations?
It's about creating a safe space and just having a good time while listening and also crying a little bit.
I think there's nothing better than listening to a podcast and crying.
Yes.
That's how all podcasts should be, is you crying silently to yourself.
And that's on therapy. And I just want to say that we are not professionals, but we bring professionals on the pod to therapize us, to give us some advice. Listen to Broco Therapy wherever you love to listen to podcasts, and head to brocotherapy.com for all the info and the links. Therapy is too expensive, but this podcast isn't.
Bro Therapy.